What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Anime Degens Bullshit Hour, episode 34. Tyler, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. You actually spoiled my intro. I was gonna say, "Hi, I'm Bass," because Bass ain't with us today. So
Correct. If you guys weren't on the rundown this week, Bass is on a little work trip and vacation over in Europe for about the next month. So if we're going to be running a little light, I think we're talking to a couple guys, a couple friends, maybe get some guests on the podcast so we can keep that trio dynamic going. It's very helpful for all of us, especially when somebody's got to take a little piss break.
yeah, and don't worry. Even though Bass is on his trip, and having a good old time over there, he will still we'll still have a couple segments with him sprinkled in. So no worries on that part.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to pre-record some stuff before he heads out. So don't worry, you're going to still get his beautiful, sexy voice in your ears at least a couple of times in the next month or so.
Yeah, and he should come back at a pretty good time. I think we got some pretty fun episodes planned out for as soon as he gets back. So y'all should enjoy it, and he probably won't enjoy it. So we'll see.
Yeah, he's lucky enough to come back just in time for Attack on Titan finale. So I'm really excited for that, man.
Yeah. I guess since we got all that out of the way, guess we get into some news now, right?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you got for us?
So, as y'all know, Zom 100, they've been having trouble with delays and stuff. But apparently, after the latest episode, which was 9, 10, 11, and 12, is gonna be on indefinite hiatus, and it'll be back sometime. We just don't know when. There's no timeline really. They said that it will be released when they're able to stream it debuted it in Japan. So it kind of makes me think that it's not really a DIM issue. I think it's like a TV issue, honestly. As what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely been having some issues on the production side of things. And what it is they're not going to be able to finish the show in the summer 23 block. So I'd be interested to see if they just kind of end this season here and then come back when they can get more episodes rolling and maybe do like the season 2 is extra long. I have no idea how they're going to handle it, man. It's kind of shitty because it's on like a big cliffhanger.
Yeah, it is. If you listen to the rundown, it was some pretty heavy stuff. A lot of some antagonists, got introduced, all that good stuff. So we're kind of sad, I guess, that we're gonna have to indefinitely wait. So yeah.
Yeah, and depending on what comes out too, I mean, if they just release these next 3 episodes, we probably won't incorporate it into the rundown just because it doesn't make sense to do that. So what we'll end up doing is doing like a Degen last look, I guess, not a first look, a last look. And
It'll be the first of its kind, I guess. But
yeah, that would be a really funny segment if we just pulled a random anime off Mal and just watched the last 3 episodes of it.
The last 3 to 5. Hey, we're coming up with topics live, y'all.
That would be hilariously so awful. Tyler would be like, I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. And he'd be like, no, that's the point.
Yeah, and Bass would be like, bro, that's normal Tyler behavior. So
But yeah, so we'll probably do a Degen's last look at it, I guess you can call it. But definitely not the last look, because I think there should be a season 2. Because I feel like the show's had good reception, and it just sucks that they can't pull their shit together.
yeah,
Awesome.
it's definitely unfortunate, but we go. So
yeah, the Degen's right on. We also got some news. The Haikyuu, the first of the final movies, the decisive battle at the garbage dump, which I'm really excited for, has a release date of February 16th, 2024 in Japan. So if you haven't watched Haikyuu yet, you got some time. I don't know when it's going to drop in the US. I'm hoping they do a simulcast and we can just watch that shit on Crunchyroll because I don't want to wait another 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, we'll probably maybe get to see it summer season, honestly. If they don't do simulcast, I expect it for summer season.
Yeah, I'll be watching it
So
online. I mean, what?
in Japanese, no subtitles.
They'll figure out the subtitles. That's no worries. I'll be like some fan dub. Oh my god.
Hey, I mean, I've watched stuff like that before. I actually watched the quintessential quintuplets movie, and I read the manga and stuff. Obviously, the light novel, whatever. And I actually watched it in Japanese just to see how they did things. So, um, but yeah, that's just me. I'm just being stupid as usual with my rom com. So
He's just reading the manga while watching it, trying to understand what they're talking about.
I know you giving me too much credit. I can't do that. So I read the manga way beforehand, and I was like, "Oh wait, this is finally up." I can watch in Japanese without subtitles and just listen to it and look at the video. And I enjoyed it. So 'cause I knew what was going to happen, so I just wanted to see it happen. You know what I mean? So
Definitely. And if you guys don't live under a rock, there is a new manga taking over the internet right now. If you're on Twitter, you've definitely seen a Kagurabachi meme. This is a brand new manga. The second chapter just dropped. If you don't want to miss out on a super hyped manga that already is slated to become an anime, I believe, definitely check it out. Unless I'm just reading things on the internet that are lies, there's a very good chance of that. But after reading the first two chapters, this will definitely eventually become an anime. And, I assume it'll probably drop in like 2027 or something like that. But
yeah, I was
it'll
going to
come
say,
eventually.
unless it becomes like a Boruto type shit, it's definitely gonna have to wait a little while to get some canon content built up. So
Yeah, you figure a season's about 12 episodes. So they got to get about 36 chapters done. So that's about, it's a year. They can make it happen. It's a weekly.
yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully, you know, hopefully we'll get to see some of that in the future. I think I seen on Twitter that it was like top or the fifth most trending manga right now on Viz, and which is basically like Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've read the first chapters and it's pretty cool. It's a really interesting topic. It's basically about like the son of a swordsmith who's getting revenge for his father, and the swords are imbued with sorcery. So I fuck with
Mhm.
that.
Okay. So basically, like you're kind of like basically like a shonen, with like based on what you said, it kind of reminds me of like JJK type shit. Honestly, with Demon Slayer vibes, maybe.
Yeah, honestly, I think with how it's been more seinen than shonen, it's a little
Oh,
darker.
okay. Oh, okay. That's even better. I tend to enjoy those better than shonen. So
Definitely,
okay.
man. Awesome.
Well,
You got a couple more little bits?
yeah. So, as y'all know, Mushoku Tensei season 2 part 1 just ended, and they just announced here recently within the last couple of days that season 2 will be coming out in April 2024. So we won't have to wait too long to actually start getting into the uh better side of the story again. I guess you can say hopefully the better side of the story. So, um for all you knowers out there that have watched the first part, y'all know what I'm talking about. Hopefully the second part is much better. So, and also for all my romance fans out there, My Happy Marriage, the big hit from Netflix, it is also getting a season 2. It's confirmed now, so I just wanted to let y'all know about that. So I'm
No, that's
pretty happy
exciting.
about that. So
That's exciting. It's good to see a Netflix show not die after one season.
yeah, I mean, it was a pretty big hit. It was one of the top shows, and It was one of the top shows in like the anime charts or whatever that you see online and stuff all the time. So
Yeah.
it was always up there in the top 10 or whatever. It usually stayed around top 5, honestly. So it was pretty surprising. So
Awesome. Well, you want to get into our first segment?
yeah, sure.
Oh, I didn't introduce those at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I'm a bad host.
Damn.
Well, the suspense is going to keep killing you guys. So, our first topic today is we're going to talk about anime's biggest haters, some of the most pettiest characters you can think of. These guys just don't give a fuck about other people. And they're always really fun characters to watch, in my opinion. Tyler, you want to get us started with your first one?
Yeah, so my first one when what Dan just said comes to mind is Donzo, and we all know him from Naruto, and he is basically just like pure scum, bro. And in order to do the things he's done or played a part in, even because most of the stuff he's done is like been behind the scenes, kind of. Um, he's definitely one of these guys. He just doesn't care. He's all in it for himself, and he just is shit. I don't even know. I don't even know what to call him. He's just that big a piece of shit. So, um, but
Yeah,
as I'm sorry, go.
I was going to say Donzo is just something else, man. He doesn't give a fuck and just wants to steal people's powers for no damn reason, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of that, we'll get into a couple of things that, makes, just proves my point. And we'll start with one of his greatest achievements, I guess you can call it. And that is the massacre of the Uchiha clan. And, he conspired with and manipulated, Itachi into thinking that killing his whole clan was the correct action to take. In order to prevent a coup d'etat. And, there was I'm not going to say a lot, but there was other actions that could have been taken in order to prevent that from happening. It would have been harder, sure. But, you know, Donzo, he didn't want just to prevent the coup d'etat. He wanted power. He wanted to better himself. Because not only he have the whole clan killed, except for obviously Sasuke and Itachi or whatever. Um, he stole a lot of their eyes, uh, including Shisui's, in order to make himself stronger. So
Yeah, man.
I
Like,
yeah.
you realize how strong someone is, so you make like the strongest Uchiha clan member of the time just go in and kill them all. So you can steal their eyes and use their abilities for yourself. Like, that is some petty ass shit, dude.
Yeah, and like it's just wild. And that was the biggest thing he did, obviously. But that's not the only stuff he did. He basically established and ran what they called the foundation, which was like he took just, kids and just raised and trained them to just have they didn't know any other way of life except for what he showed them. And they was just ruthless, and they just done whatever he wanted them to do. He was basically their god, or he was basically their god. Um and they just didn't have the power to do anything against him, because that's how they was raised up. And that's kind of horrible if you think about it. So not only did he uh do all this with the Uchiha clan, he also had this going on too. You know, so it's pretty like mind boggling that he had his hands in so many dark, corners, I guess you can say. So
Yeah, I mean, he was just obsessed with power and would do anything it takes to get there, you know? It's just fucked up.
yeah, and so that's my first one on the list. He doesn't really need much explaining. you know, I there's only so much you can talk about with him because he was just a piece of shit. If anything was anything bad happening in the Hidden Leaf Village, you can bet he probably had a hand in it. So, uh, but yeah,
Awesome. Well, for my first character, I have Tonpa from Hunter x Hunter. And if you guys don't know who Tonpa is and you've seen Hunter x Hunter, like it's not coming to mind, he's the rookie crusher. He is number 16 during the Hunter exam. And his whole goal was just to make rookies fail just because he couldn't pass it himself. He didn't even care about passing at this point. Like his sole joy in life just came from rookies dropping out.
that
Like,
is absolutely wild. I don't
it's
think I've made it that far, but like that
oh,
name
that's
and just
really
his
early.
like whole. Is it really early? Maybe I
Yeah.
just don't remember it then.
He's that fat guy at the beginning who's like acting really nice, but like he ends up giving like um Kilo and Gon these like drinks that are full of laxatives, so that way they have to like stop the run they're on and take a shit. But like the
Oh
thing with him
yeah.
is like
Okay.
he's a bully, but he's not serious at all. Like in the Hunter exams, like you can literally kill people and like they just were like, okay, that happened. So instead of like poisoning them, he just tries to make them shit their pants. And like it's just such petty shit. He's super whack. Like he's a massive hater for literally no reason but jealousy. But he adds so much comedic humor to the beginning of fucking Hunter x Hunter, dude.
That is wild. Like I looked up a picture of him and I instantly knew who he was. So yeah,
Oh
I get
yeah,
what you're
dude.
saying.
I mean, like, if your only goal is to make people fail the Hunter exam because you can't pass it, like, come on, man, reevaluate your life. That's some whack shit, dude.
I mean, I feel like if you're at that point, like you just got too much time on your hand, honestly.
Yeah, like you don't even have a hunter license. So like what are you doing in the off season in between the tests? Like are you just sitting there like thinking of ways to like ruin these people's lives?
He's got to. It has to be, bro. But
That's I fucking hate Tompa, dude, but he's so funny. Like he's just that guy that you're like, I really don't like you, but what you're doing is fucking hilarious.
yeah, I mean, it. I guess his character could definitely be like worse, and more, uh, like sinister, I guess. So, but it's good to see. It's good to know that they like use him as comedic relief instead. So,
Yeah. I mean, he's caused a lot of rookies to drop out and like I think it's like his sixth time taking it or something like that. Like,
don't they have like a limit though? Like, do I recall that correctly?
no, I think you can take it as many times as you want. I think that's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
and he just sits there trying to crush rookies and just like I think there's a point where he pays two guys to beat up a fat guy who's like in it, and I'm like, bro, look in the mirror, man. Like you
Yeah.
can't be picking on him because he's a big guy. Look at yourself, dude.
Yeah, he's not very skinny, so
But yeah,
you
dude,
know.
he's just a petty ass jealous bitch. I really don't have a lot for him, but I just like I thought I was like, oh my god, Tompa's so fucking petty, dude.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, didn't make it very far past that point, but Tampa is definitely one of them. And another one going off of Hunter x Hunter, I didn't pick this one, but he's okay. Like
Hisoka?
he's yeah, or Hisoka, my bad. He's definitely one too. I would think. That
I
comes to
re-
my mind from the Hunter x Hunter verse.
yeah, he's not really petty. He like just likes to prey on the weak, and like he's looking for strong people to fight, but he wants to just crush them, you know, which I guess is petty, but not on
I
the same
mean,
level as Tampa, man. Like
yeah, not
Hisoka's
on
a
the
good
same level.
character.
Yeah, I mean, out of the little bit I've watched, Hisoka is just like he comes off as kind of petty, honestly to me. So, but I mean that could change as the story progresses because, like I said, I'm not very far into Hunter x Hunter. So before I stopped,
Yeah,
so
he's a really good character after the fact. I mean, he's like,
good as in like good development, or like he changes his
oh
nature to
no, he's not a
be
good guy at
good.
all. Like
Oh,
He's a good antagonist, you know.
Oh, I got you. Okay, that makes more sense.
Awesome.
Um,
You want to get to your second one?
yeah. So, you'll know this one. It is from Silent Voice, the movie, and it's I'm pretty sure Bass. You know, if he was here, he would have definitely probably picked this character because I think he's got a lot of bones to pick with her.
She
It's
sucks.
Yeah, it's Naoko, from Silent Voice, and she's the one that's like the dark haired girl who still thinks that it's okay to bully Shoko even after they had grown up. Um, that's that's just like so bad, you know what I mean? It's one thing for like kids that don't know any better to like bully, as we see with Shoyo and the class or whatever. You know, this didn't know any better, but Shoyo, obviously, um, tries to make up for it. You know, he tries to do right, but after they grown up, but Naoko makes it pretty hard to do that well because after she found out that Shoyo and Shoko was, trying to reconnect and make things right and all that stuff, she kind of had a fit and she kind of kept trying to, um, I guess, I don't know the correct word, like, make things not
Worse.
work,
Yeah.
instigate maybe. But yeah, she's just, I guess, jealous. I guess you would say she's just jealous of Shoko's Shoko and people and Shoyo like wanting to like reconnect with her, I guess, and be her friend. I guess she wants Shoyo to be her friend instead, maybe. Um
Yeah. I think that's really came down to jealousy. And Naoko just sucked, dude. Like, she was purposely just bullying the shit out of Nishimiya, and like, she was an awful character. Like, I did not like her at all.
yeah, and the thing that made her so bad was that, she would act like she was friends towards, her when everyone was around, but then she would do things, when no one was looking, or she would take her off on her own somewhere, force her to go somewhere, and then just be an absolute dog shit human being to her. And just because she was just petty, that's just petty behavior. That's just jealousy. She's just hating on her because she's jealous. Maybe she was in love with uh Shoko, Um maybe that's what it was. Maybe she was in love with him and she was jealous that he was falling in love with, her. So
Yeah, I mean, the scene with the Ferris wheel
yeah.
just like left me sick to my stomach, dude. That scene hurt. That was hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those scenes where you're just watching it and like all the blood drains from your face type shit, Like it just this is one of the only anime that like made me feel this way towards another, fictional character. So, and that's who she is. And I would go on to say, she was one of the main antagonists throughout this whole show, pretty much. Uh, she did get a little bit better towards the end, but for the most part, she was just a horrible human being. So,
Yeah. No, she fucking sucked, dude.
yeah. So, that like Donzo's obviously above her because he had a whole clan killed just for himself or whatever, for his own personal gains. But Naoko, she ain't much behind him just because who does that shit? Bullying, a disabled woman, child, just because she can, I guess, just because she's different, I guess. I don't know. It's just wild. Humans are wild.
Yeah, man. She I did not like her. I've said it like 5 times now, but she's probably one of my least favorite people in any of the movies we've watched.
Yeah, I mean she played her part so well though. Like she played the that part very very well. They done that character very well, which makes us hate her even more. So because she done it extremely well. Uh, but yeah, that's my second one. I mean it's hard to beat that, and like I said, I'm sure Bass would have a lot to say about it. He had a lot about her to say, a lot of stuff to say about her when we did the silent voice review and discussion back. It's been a while, so
Yeah, I was gonna go look when that one was. Oh Jesus Christ, that was forever ago, right?
I'm almost certain it was when we were still doing one episode a week. So it's been a while, but we can let's see, silent voice.
Yeah, it was episode 9.
Oh yeah, like what the week before. That's our last one episode banger. So
Yeah, that was before we went to the weekly rundown. So, that was a good episode though. We took a first look at Blue Lock and we did watched the silent voice, and we also did the rundown. So we talked about a lot of shows that week. But if you didn't, definitely go listen to the silent voice portion, because Bass went on a rant about this lady.
and rightfully so. And obviously if you haven't seen a silent voice yet, it's pretty easy to watch. It's like I think 2 hours, maybe not even 2 hours. It's just a movie,
No,
and it
it's
is
it's not easy to watch. It'll tear you apart, dude. It was heart-wrenching.
but it is one of the most, I guess, classic movies, anime movies that, like, if you enjoy anime, then and you haven't seen this one, then you probably should because it's a classic. It's just so popular, and it's just one of the better movies out there, even though it's tragic. So,
Uh,
uh,
Definitely, man. Yeah, I mean, like, it follows the story of bullying and like depression and everything else, and it's so deep, dude. It hits the soul pretty hard.
yeah, definitely check it out. I'm pretty sure it scored pretty high on all of our lists. So, um, if you haven't watched it yet, you definitely should. It's pretty readily available. I think it's on Netflix and everything. So,
Definitely. Well, I guess I'll get into my next one, who might be the biggest hater in all of anime. This man's hater mentality has spanned 6 generations, and it's none other than Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the main antagonist, in my opinion. I haven't read all the manga on this, so I don't know where it goes after, but Dio is basically been haunting the Joestar family for literally like longer than One Piece has been around. This manga goes back forever.
oh shit.
So like
Yeah. Go
he
ahead.
he does have like a good reason to be a hater though. I mean, his life fucking sucked. And he was so lucky he was adopted by the Joestar family, who are rich as fuck. Due to it, they had a debt to his drunk ass dad, who was actually trying to rob them after their wagon or their horse-drawn carriage fell off a cliff. And it turns out that he came off and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm saving your lives, guys." So he owed them a life debt.
yeah.
So like, you think, "Oh, I'm getting adopted into this nice ass family after my life has sucked. I'm on easy street, right?"
For sure.
Wrong. Gio's a dick. The first thing he does when he meets Jonathan is literally kick his dog. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I mean, you would think that, like, if you're life sucked before or whatever, like you said, and you basically got handed like a come up like this, then you would be like grateful and appreciative, and the fact that he's just like, okay,
Yeah,
how can I screw them over now?
yeah. I mean, his whole plan is to ruin Jonathan's life and steal it for himself. Like he beats Jonathan in a fight and basically steals all his friends. He like assaults Jonathan's girlfriend to take away the ability for Jonathan to be his girl's first kiss. Like you can't jack Riz like that, dude. That's so fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's like sexual assault too. So
Eh, that wasn't as big of a deal back in the 1800s or wherever the fuck we are right
back in the
now.
day when they just kill people out in broad daylight and say, okay, that's fine.
But
So
like, not only that, he steals his father's respect. He's trying to steal his family's fortune for him. And there's a scene where Jonathan eventually just like says, fuck this. And he beats Dio up. And you know what Dio does? He kills Jonathan's dog. He locks him in a wooden crate and throws the crate in like an incinerator they have outside their house. And one of the butlers doesn't think anything of it. And he starts the fire. And he realizes that there's a living animal inside of this thing. And it turns out to be the dog. But he's already kicked. Like, this is so fucking petty. You brought an animal into this. Like, Dio sucks. But he's just such a good villain.
yeah, I think you had us watch this, Bass and I during one of our early showdown throwdowns, and we obviously watched all this. This was like early on. The first like probably up to 5 episodes, all this happened. I think, and it's actually wild that he's this much of a piece of shit and this much of a hater, and like literally the first handful of episodes. So
Yeah, man. And he eventually finds the mask and becomes a vampire and everything else. But I'm not going to go into all that. There's a scene where Dio is a vampire. He's basically like taken over this town. He's living up in a castle like fucking Dracula would. And he steals a woman and her child. And the woman is like pleading for her life, like, please don't hurt us. He's all I have, everything like that. And what does Dio do? He turns the woman into a zombie and makes her eat her own baby for his enjoyment. Like, how fucking petty do you have to be, bro?
yeah, that's pretty far up there, bro.
Oh my god.
That's
And,
pretty far out there.
and to keep it going, after Jonathan quote unquote defeats Dio, um, he survives as just a head. He basically cuts off his own head, or I can't remember if his crony cuts off his head to keep him alive. But Jonathan and his new wife, the same girl that Dio assaulted, are on a boat ride to America for their honeymoon. And you know what Dio does? He kills Jonathan and takes his own body. And then he proceeds to just go fuck a bunch of bitches and have a bunch of Joestar offspring, even though he's not even Jonathan, which is where we get like a bunch of the later protagonists in the show. And it's just wild, man. And he did all this just to spend 100 years at the bottom of the ocean in a coffin. Like, what?
Dude's just out here doing his thing, bro.
Dude's a menace. And I'm not going to get too much into. So he comes back in part 3, and there's one scene, and it's the pettiest thing I've ever seen. One of the characters, pulling the ref, is like trying to walk up a staircase, and Dio has the ability to like freeze time. So he makes pulling the ref think he's like fucking lagging out like you would in a video game at like a 400 ping. And literally just keeps making him walk up the same 3 steps over and over and over again. And he's just sitting at the top of the stairs like, huh, you come up here, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, are you gonna make it? What's going on, buddy? Just fucking with him the whole time.
That's
And like,
funny.
the man starts a whole damn cult just of how petty he is and how much he hates the Joestar family. And that's how we see his hater mentality just span 6 generations at least. I don't know what happens after Stone Ocean. So like it could keep going. I'm not sure. But dude is just the king of being petty, man. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, based on his track record, like it probably doesn't stop. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll have to see.
uh, speaking of like, we're talking about petty characters and stuff. Uh, you know, while we've been doing this, I've been having some names pop up in my head. Uh, and you know, one of them is Ghetto. Ghetto is he's a petty he's a petty dude, and he's a very big hater. He even like calls non-sorcerers monkeys and shit. Like that's this whole that's this whole segment. So I can't believe we
Yeah.
forgot about him.
Oh, and I mean, speaking of calling people monkeys, I mean, Frieza. Frieza is one of the most pettiest villains you'll ever find in an anime from DBZ. Like, homie blew up a whole damn planet because of a rumor of a golden warrior, the Super Saiyan. Like, this shit had to been seen in like 1,000 years or some shit. But he's like, nah, it could happen. I'm gonna blow up the planet.
Let's just stop this, just in case. Let's just take them all out.
Imagine blowing up a whole damn planet because of a rumor, dude. Then you got Boo too. Boo goes to Otherworld and literally kills people who were already dead.
Did Frieza call people monkeys too?
Oh yeah, the Saiyans are stupid monkeys. I mean, they have tails,
Oh, okay, okay,
but
okay.
yeah, no, Frieza is a big fan of calling people monkeys.
I mean, it kind of makes more sense than Ghetto calling non-sorcerers monkeys. So at least they got tails and stuff. But
All I can think of is the Anime House. I don't know if you ever seen the Anime House YouTube series. They're so funny. It's like, imagine like it's a bunch of black content creators who basically just meme anime, and they do like a Big Brother kind of thing. And Frieza is just playing basketball against somebody the whole time. It's like, check up, monkey. And I'm like, oh my fucking god,
oh shit.
dude.
Well, GG's, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have
uh,
anybody else on your list?
uh, I mean, a couple come to mind. Like I said, Ghetto. Orochi is one that we mention. We've mentioned weekly on the rundown pretty much. And Wano, Orochi, he's just a scumbag. If you don't listen to the rundown, he basically made everyone eat fruit that made them took away emotions basically and just made everyone that ate it laugh. So all the time, even no matter what emotions they had was feeling at the time. So
Yeah, man.
that's about as scummy as you can get, kind
You
of. So
you will not find a bigger hater of the Kozuki clan than freaking Orochi, dude.
yeah. I felt like we had to at least bring him up too because he's huge, man. He's a huge scumbag. He's definitely petty as hell.
Oh, definitely.
But I mean, I do have one more. But you probably don't know of them. But some people might. It's Aikido from Fruits Baskets, and they're the leader of the Soma clan, and they was basically raised in isolation as a young kid. To take on this responsibility, and they're very petty and basically the main antagonist, and they're just afraid of losing control over everyone. So anything that happens that makes them think that they're losing the slightest bit of control, like they go way out of their way to tighten the leash, you can say, their control over them. It even goes like so far as to, since they can't be in a relationship with anyone, since they're like the leader, the head of the clan or whatever, that they make it where um, none of the other Zodiac members can be in a relationship either. Like she just forbids them from doing it. Uh, so it's pretty petty. She basically makes if they don't follow her, rules and stuff to a perfect whim, perfect, uh, she basically makes their life a living hell. So
Damn.
yeah, it's pretty messed up. I figured I'd throw that one in. Since she is pretty big on the list too. So
Definitely. Well, awesome.
yeah,
You want to get into our second topic?
yeah, yeah.
So next, we're going to talk about some anime characters we'd like to see come back, return to some ongoing anime shows. I had to throw a couple rules out there because I know how much Tyler would love to see a season 2 of Buddy Daddies or Mob and Reagan get down with some more adventures. And also, I think he already broke this rule, but no dead characters, no Dragon Balls, and no reanimation jutsu type bullshit. They got to be alive. That's key number one.
So you may think I broke it, but you just don't. I put you under the genjutsu already, bro.
Yeah, Minato's on his shoulder saying, "Don't worry, he's alive, bro."
I put you under the genjutsu already, and I guess um, you want me to go ahead and start it off?
Yeah, get us going.
So my first pick, when we're gonna forget about talking about genjutsu and stuff because that doesn't make no sense in this anime, but we're gonna talk about Bleach, and we're gonna talk about my man, one of my favorite men on Bleach, Grimjow Jack, and he is one of my absolute favorites of Bleach. Uh, he's just so cool, and his personality is just such a great personality. He's basically one of those types that they just do whatever they want whenever they want. He isn't going to be controlled by anyone. He reminds me he's like a toned down Kenpachi, and we all know how much I love Kenpachi. So, uh, wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd like to see Grimjow come back. I mean, his fight with Ichigo was really fun to watch, and like you said, his character dynamic was just fun. Like he's just power hungry. He wants to fight, and I think if he came back in the Thousand Year Blood War, like I can't remember if he does or not. So like, yeah, I think it'd be fun to see him come back and fight some Quincy's. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I can't remember either. It's one of those things that we was talking about. We read it, but it's been years and we just don't really know the fullest details. So, but yeah, it'd be super cool to see him come back, even if it's, to help maybe help Ichigo out, maybe, help him not die because like I said, Grimjow, he just wants to fight Ichigo. He's like Kenpachi. That's what Kenpachi wants. He just wants to fight strong people. And Grimjow's the same way. And I feel like, Grimjow would make a hell of a splash in the Thousand Year Blood War arc. Um,
Yeah, and hopefully he's not coming back as some mindless, not as mindless zombie, but some slave to Kuretsuchi like the other Espada, or not Espada, but other
around cars.
Arankars did. Like Grimjaw's got to be Grimjaw. He don't need no master.
Yeah, I don't. That would be so tragic if that happened because, like I said, he's he does what he wants. Like he even though he isn't a wrong car, and even though like there was a higher power above him, kind of telling him what to do or whatever, he didn't care. He wanted what he wanted. He wanted to fight Ichigo, and he didn't really care about what they said. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. So it would be I would actually not like to see him back if that was the conditions that had to happen in order to see him back. So
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I mean, we all love Kuretsuchi, but I don't want Grimjow to be in that position. Like Grimjow's just too funny.
yeah, he's funny, he's cool, he's I mean, his Riz is like on top of the charts, you know. So,
I mean,
uh,
I'm sure there's a lot of ladies who did love him. He's a especially when you get to like his what the hell they call the awaken Arankar forms? Resurrection. That shit's fucking
yeah,
hard, dude. When he goes like full like Liger mode.
yeah. It's like I know Bass like sped through like all the Iran cars and like Spada Arc or whatever. But if he didn't like slow down and take the time to enjoy the Ichigo and Grim fight, he missed out. Like it's one of my favorite it's some of my favorite scenes, fights and just interactions of Bleach, honestly. So
Yeah, I think that's probably my second favorite fight from that whole arc. I mean, I got to give it to Ulquiorra. That fight is just too good.
yeah, he definitely was. Because I mean, they both of them. Well, I don't know if that one that fight right there that scene we're talking about. I don't think Grim really got Orihime involved that time, right? It was the second fight, right?
Yeah,
Okay. I know Okera. I'm not sure how
Ulqui-
to say that, but
Ulquiorra.
yeah, Okiora. I know he got Orihime involved, and I know Grimjow did the second time that he met with Ichigo. So, um, but yeah,
Definitely. Well, I guess we'll stick to Bleach then with my character I'd like to see come back, and that's Ishin Kurosaki. So, like, he did make a quick comeback in the Thousand Year Blood War, but it wasn't to throw hands, and I want to see Homie throw hands again. Like, we got to see him fight the Black Hollow, and that shit was fucking awesome. We got to see his Shikai and Getsu, and one thing I really want to see with Ishin is I'd love to see what his Bankai is, because
yeah,
it's going to be fire based. So I don't think it could top Old Man Yamamoto, but it'd be really cool to see. I mean, imagine like it'd have to be like kind of similar to Ichigo's, because like they have similar attacks. So like imagine a fire version of Ichigo's original Bankai. Like that should be so gas.
yeah. And it's funny that you picked Ishin because he was my original first pick, and then I started thinking about Bleach, and then I was like, wait a minute. I can talk about Grimjow for at least 5 to 10 minutes, and I was like, but if I pick Grimjow, I obviously cannot pick Ishin because you know I can't pick two people with the same anime. That's just not right. I need variety. So
Oh, definitely, man. And I feel like he'd be so cool to see come back too, because like he was a top tier captain back in the day. Like
oh
I think
yeah,
he was higher tier than a lot of the captains we've seen throughout Bleach. I mean, the dude literally held his own against Aizen. Like when they're fighting, there's a scene where like I think Aizen blocks his attack, and then Ishin goes to like he makes like a thing with his hand. You're like, oh, so you use some Hado or something. He just flicks him away, and the force of his flick is enough to send Aizen like blast away midair, Team Rocket style. And like that shit was so hard. But I just like imagine if Ishin came back in the Thousand Year Blood War and there was an Ishin and Ichigo tag team fight against some Quincy's. That'd be fucking so gas.
it would. I mean, Kubo kind of missed. He kind of missed on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if he had time because like honestly, I feel like it was set up for it, but he just kind of ran out of time because they wanted him to finish the manga. So
But
maybe it'll get added in. They're adding stuff to
yeah, I
Thousand
was
Year Blood
going to
War.
say, but the good news is we're not talking about the manga. We're talking about anime. And anime has filler in it. And this would be one of the fillers that I would be okay with, honestly.
Yeah,
So,
let's be honest here. Bleach has enough filler, but I'll let it slide for this one.
yeah. So, like, I'm with Dan 100%. Like, I know we got to see Ishin just a little bit. But I want to see what kind of moves he's got. We haven't really seen a whole lot of his moves, especially here of lately in the new the Thousand Year Blood War or whatever. So I really want to see it. I want
Yeah,
to see what he's got going on. So
and I think with Yamamoto being gone too, God rest his beautiful Inferno Hell soul. I think it did leave an opening for Ishin to come back because the new head captain isn't as much of a hard ass. And I think he'd let him come back with open arms. He'd be like, "Yeah, get in here. Let's get some boxing going."
Yeah, I mean, Urahara's, coming back. So like, I mean, if Urahara can come back, then obviously, Ishin could, So
Definitely.
I don't see that as an issue.
But awesome. Who you got for your next guy?
So,
Who's
what?
dead?
So, going back to what we first started with, Dan said that one of the rules was, uh, we couldn't have dead characters. And so I originally picked Itachi Uchiha, which, I can kind of explain, why I had him in mind, but I changed my pick to actually someone else. So I'll let Dan decide which one he wants to hear first, because I'm obviously going to talk about both of them because I love Naruto. So
All right, go with Itachi. Let me hear. I know everybody would love Itachi to come back. He's like one of the best characters in Naruto. But homie's already been reanimated once, dude. Like he gone.
yeah, well, so that's what we think. Obviously that's what we think. That's what we know to be true. Itachi's gone. Blah blah. blah. He's been reanimated. All that good stuff. But what if? What if he was able? What if he used his IQ? Because Itachi was way ahead in his plans.
And dead.
He was way ahead in his plans in almost everything. I mean, look at what he did with Naruto. He used the Kodo Amasuka, which is an ability from Shisui's eye that he got, and he implanted it into a crow, and then he put that crow inside of Naruto without him knowing, and then made it be set to react whenever Naruto looked into Itachi's Mangekyo Sharingan. You can't tell me that that's really, really reaching at a far level. Like that's planning ahead for a far like way, way, way planning ahead. So
But he's dead, so how is Naruto
but
gonna look into his Mangekyo Sharingan?
but he did that way he could break free from any spell or jutsu that controlled him, because he knew that he wouldn't ever use the Mangekyo on Naruto. You see what I'm saying? So in order for him to think that far ahead, plan that far ahead, that one time, that means we all know Itachi's very smart. And this is one example of it, of him planning super far ahead. And, just in case things happen, just in case things turn out the way they did, he put these steps in place. So what if he actually made everyone think that he's dead? Because, based on his actions, and he's intelligent enough, and he's capable of doing that. He's intelligent enough with his planning ahead in order to plan ahead something like that to happen. He's got the abilities and he's got the powers to do it. So like it could happen. Now I can't really get into the detail on how it could happen, but I'm just saying that it's certainly possible, that he could have planned ahead to make something like this happen if he wanted to. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but he's dead, so
Well, we all know him as dead, but I'm just saying, if Kishimoto wanted to, especially since we actually got proof of him like planning ahead and preparing for future events that didn't happen, we see with the crow and stuff. Like who thinks on that level, Itachi. Itachi thinks on that level. And look what
the
he did. He saved Naruto
the
from
only the only
himself.
way I was gonna give this to you is, if didn't Boruto have a bunch of like time travel bullshit in it?
I'm not sure. Like
Okay.
Boruto is it's so hard to talk about Boruto because you talk about, you know, the anime is so filled with fillers, and it's not technically fillers, it's actually technically canon because it's anime canon, which is fillers in my opinion. But obviously, since it's anime canon, it matters to the storyline because they tie them into each other or whatever. And so I don't actively watch anime anymore. After like 160 some episodes, I dropped it because I was just tired of, the route it was going and stuff like that. And I'm super behind on the manga. So I'm pretty sure you're talking about like the dinosaurs and shit, right?
No, not that. I thought they had some time travel shit where Boruto went in the past and like saw Naruto as a kid and everything else. Like, okay, if he came back there, that'd be fine. That's
Yeah.
different,
Yeah, I
But
mean they be doing some weird shit like the newest like the after pre post time skip shit is really like wacky on the time dimension shit. So
yeah,
it definitely is stuff like this is definitely possible as well at the rate that uh Boruto is going. So but I wasn't really going that route. I was just going Itachi has very high IQ and he has a lot of extremely powerful abilities, including Shisui's eyes, or at least one of them. And uh, like it's definitely possible that if Kishimoto wanted to, but obviously he didn't want to because Itachi was a very powerful person,
yeah,
uh,
definitely.
and he actually played a huge part in Sasuke and even Naruto's, character development. And if he really, really wanted to, he could have found a way to make Itachi like come out of his death, and make it seem like an elaborate plan that Itachi uh, had come up with, had thought ahead and prepared for himself. Because
That's an
Itachi is just that
asshole,
guy.
but
So,
yeah, it's an asshole. But I'll let you have it
but
because you put a lot of thought into it.
it's a plausible ass pool. Like it's very possible. Like you could make it happen with Itachi's powers. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, you can't say that for everyone, but Itachi, you could definitely say that with because, like I said, there's proof, with the Kodo Amasaku, that he got from Shisui's eye that he did on Naruto. Like, how? Who else is looking that far ahead? Before they die, quote unquote die. I'm gonna say. Who else is doing that? Who else is preparing for a future like that? So nobody. So, but that's my Itachi spill. But that's what we was talking about in the beginning. The genjutsu. I put Dan in one just now. Made him think I was gonna say Itachi. So, but
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, awesome, dude. You want to get into your next one, or do you want me to go?
Uh, it doesn't matter. I can. We can do either one. So, you got another one?
I only have two, and we should probably save my one for last.
Okay, so well, speaking of his next choice, we'll get into my next my pick that I had chose after the fact that I realized that they couldn't be dead in the show, even though I have ways to make them undead, but you know. But anyways, it's Buggy the Clown. We haven't seen him in a long time, bro.
We haven't in the
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah, I mean, if we've seen him more recently in the live action, obviously, but Buggy the Clown, like the last time we really saw him take a major part of the story was like Marineford, and like during all the prison stuff. Um, that was the last time, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. In the story, I don't think we've seen him. I mean, I don't think we've seen him since then, unless there's been like a little filler side episode. But yeah, I don't think we've seen Buggy in a while.
Yeah, and that was I looked it up and that was around like 2010, bro. So it's been like almost 10 years since we've seen Buggy play a major part in One Piece. So that's actually wild if you think about it.
Oh, definitely, man. Well, as somebody who reads the anime or reads the manga, I can tell you you'll be very excited to see Buggy coming up eventually.
Yeah, you know, this was this was meant for anime only right now because
I didn't no spoilers there. Buggy's coming.
yeah, Buggy always makes himself known eventually. But Dan said Dan was asking, have we seen him, since then? I think that we've seen him in like a scene or two when he became warlord of the sea, like post-war arc. But I think that's basically the last time we seen him. I think was when he done that. But it was like I don't know, a couple minute scene or something like that. So it's not any other time we've seen him, it's only been like a couple minute scene. But I'm talking about like I want him to play like a major part, like he did like in Marine Ford. He was there. Even though he wasn't like playing like a major part, he was still there actively in almost every episode for a little while. Going back and forth. Cause Buggy, he, you know, uh, makes like he's the comedic relief, and I feel like it would be fun to see the comedic relief, the super lucky Buggy come back into our lives, as long as he's not too annoying. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Buggy to come back to the anime. Just knowing what's coming down the line, and it's gonna be so funny. Like you guys are gonna just die when you see it. It's so good.
I mean, anything that Buggy touches, man, it's just so hilarious because it's just I don't know, it's watching a dumpster fire, honestly. That's all it is. So, but yeah,
Definitely.
that was my true pick, after I realized that Itachi didn't kind of fit into the rules the best. But I enjoyed talking about Itachi and Naruto, so
I wanted to make sure you had your chance to get your Naruto fill in because you always have to.
hey, I want to mention I haven't said the word Minato one time until now this whole episode. Even during my talks of Itachi and Naruto, I didn't say Minato.
Yeah, dude, I was waiting for you to say that Minato has a kunai thrown into the future and he's just gonna pop up again or some shit like that.
Damn, I can't wait for our next crackpot theories, bro. You're giving me so
Uh,
many ideals.
oh my god. I guess I'll get into my next character I'd love to see come back to an anime. And it's none other than the legend himself, the Sniper King from One Piece.
Soka King in the flesh.
So people might think that the Sniper King is Usopp, but I don't believe that. And his voice actor, Sonny Strait, the English voice actor, said he just plays both of them, and they're definitely not the same character. So Sniper King is out there. Maybe he made it back to Sniper Island. I mean, I know he's in all of our hearts because that's where Sniper Island is. Maybe we'll see him on Elbath whenever the One Piece gets there. Like I could see Sniper King hanging out with some giants.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
dude, homie just took down the world government and disappeared. It's a damn shame.
See the you say you want the Sniper King back, but you know what that means, right?
What does that mean?
That means in order for the Sniper King to come back, that means there has to be a spot open in the Straw Hats for a period of time because their sniper, Usopp disappears or
Well, I
leaves or something like that. So in order for Sniper King to truly come back, that means Usopp would have to leave the crew again in order for Sniper King to return and uh help the Straw Hats out in their time of need. You know.
I don't think so, man. I think Usopp would really appreciate the opportunity to meet Soga King, you know? Like, I think they would get along really well.
Hmm.
They both love giant slingshots.
True, true. I just find that's going to be very hard to do since their personalities are so much the same. They would probably uh not ever be in the same room with each other just because of that reason. So,
Dude, Sniper King is everything Usopp wants to be. He's not there. He's not there yet.
but I'll tell you who is close to Sniper King in abilities, and that is God Usopp.
Yeah, God Usopp, go D Usopp,
Yeah, go D Usopp.
the member
He's
of the D
close.
clan.
He's very close to Sniper King in
I
abilities.
I don't know, man. Sniper King's just on a different level. I mean, he's from Sniper Island and he lives in all our hearts, dude. So I would love to see him come back. And another One Piece character I would actually really love to see come back would be Bon Clay.
Oh, but
I don't know if he's dead or
but
not. We don't know that.
but it doesn't meet your rules. We do know. I mean, well, kinda, right? I mean, he's definitely dead, right?
No, later revealed that he survived.
And for real?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I'm reading on the internet right now.
This is your day. This is your daily reminder, y'all, to not believe everything you read on the internet.
No, Bon Clay is currently the new queen of New Kamat Land, the island where Sanji went to train. So,
Oh, so this happened in fillers.
no, it might have been on a cover.
Oh, you talking about like in the manga? Okay.
Well,
The
the covers are just the weird side stories. I mean, like there's that
yeah,
whole
yeah. Where they did, I mean, the most recent one that they went on a tangent about was like Germa 66 or whatever. So, they had that long cover story or whatever about Germa 66. You remember that?
yeah, no, Bon Clay was revealed on the cover of chapter 666 that he is alive and well, running level 5.5 of Impelled Down. My man's alive and I want to see him come back.
But there we go. That would be why hasn't Oda brought him back then? Is it just because the maybe maybe the thing is maybe he got brought back into manga, but maybe in the anime world he's actually dead. You know what I mean? Maybe it's one of those things.
No, so the covers of One Piece are all canon stories. They just obviously they're not animating the covers. Like
Yeah.
that's how we learned that Enel actually went to the moon and has like an army of fucking robots and shit.
Yeah, see, I guess the bad thing is like I didn't actually get to see this because I wasn't reading the manga back then. I'm one of those people that after I got caught up with One Piece, I just went to the manga
The
chapter
latest
that I
chapter,
left
yeah.
off of, so I completely missed this, and I guess probably if I'm guessing, a lot of other people did too because I just assumed that Bon Clay was dead, and it kind of makes me happy that you know he's actually truly not. It's canonically true that he's not dead, I guess, but I don't think a lot of people realize that. So
Yeah, I definitely didn't. I think I remember seeing it at some point, but I'm very happy that he's alive and I would love to see. Imagine like it's like the final fight, like whoever it is, Luffy versus the Marines or whatever, this giant war that's supposedly should happen at the end of One Piece, right? Like we've been building up to it for 25 years.
and Flamingo
Imagine,
Boy.
oh dude, Doflamingo can't come back on the
No,
side of
no,
the
I
bad
mean,
guy.
I mean Bon Clay. He likes the flamingos.
Oh yeah, the swans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whatever. Same thing. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I guess we learn something new every day here. Especially since we're big fans of One Piece. This is definitely I guess we all learn something new. So
Yeah, dude. The sagas they have on the covers are actually nuts. Like the one about Enel going to the moon and just like being on the moon and meeting like these weird little robot creatures and shit is wild.
I don't see. I don't even know anything about that too.
I can
You know,
find like
just
somebody clipped all the covers and put like you'll find on Reddit where people clip all the covers for like the ones that are like stories.
okay.
And they are all canon. So Enel's on the moon, dude. Maybe we'll get Lightning Man coming back too.
I need to actually like go and find like I hope there's somebody out there that actually did like clip all the covers from all 1,000 plus chapters or whatever, and that would be so fun to like just read, even though it would be over 1,000 pages. Read that's like a whole manga in itself, honestly.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So, but yeah.
But awesome. I don't think we have anyone else, right?
Uh, no, I don't think. I mean, we could come up with people all day,
All
I
day,
guess,
yeah.
but they wouldn't be as impactful, I guess, as the ones that we talked about. So, but yeah, I think that's all
Definitely.
we got. Probably. Let us know, like, always feel free to come into like the Discord and stuff. And we actually got a channel for this, where you can discuss kind of what we talk about on the podcast, and you can let us know uh like who would you like to see come back and all that good stuff, because we would like to know that too. It's not just about us, it's about y'all too. We want to know who y'all would pick on each of our segments, so because it's always a fun time discussing it with y'all. So
Definitely. And if you want to join the Discord, it's linktree.com/anime degens. But awesome, guys. We'll catch you guys next Tuesday for another episode of The Rundown. And look forward to talking to you. See you then. Bye.